I know a lot of y'all think I'm crazy, but by the end of this video, I bet you gonna feel real different. This is lab grown fruit, man. They got a lemon right here that they tickled with a toothpick and got it dropping out all type of juice. Yes, this bitch got a heartbeat and everything, dog. Like, what? Okay, and they say that they grow it with human DNA. Where are they getting this DNA from? Are they getting it from prisons? Are they getting it from mental institutions? You don't know. You sitting here petitioning over lab tested fruit and you don't even know, bro. Sometimes when y'all getting them deals, that's the fruit and that's the food that they giving you. They caressed this lemon right here and got it dropping off all type of nasty juice. Look at this strawberry right here. They dug the earwax out of the strawberry and got it moving. This bitch is whining on top of the cup right now. Look at this. Our oranges are easy to grow. 12 drops of human DNA twice per day is all it takes. Ugh. That bitch just busted a nut. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to a Food for Thought podcast. Obviously, right now, if you guys see my clip, we're actually talking about human DNA and food. Now, I did come across that clip off of TikTok. Make sure you show respect to the other content creators, because without content, who are we? So I'm looking at this, I'm doing like a cool reaction, and what I'm seeing is very interesting. Like, damn, like you see that, right? So you have human DNA and food. And you know, it's almost in, I wish I got the scripture, but how the impurity of food, right? They speak about that even in the Bible, in the biblical terms, about how man make the food unclean. And I was always thinking like, how? But all the cross DNA and everything they're doing, it's impure. So my thing is this: for what reason are you making food have human DNA unless you want the humans to try that, to make them less pure under the eyes of God, man? Look, just food for thought, man. Listen, I want to hear your perspective.
The age of lab-grown meat has arrived in this country. The Agriculture Department just approved 2 California companies to sell chicken grown in steel tanks using cells that come from an animal egg or a special bank of stored cells. The cell-cultivated chicken will first be available at a restaurant in San Francisco and another one in Washington, D.C., owned by famed chef Jose Andres, before hitting stores.
And my thing is this, right? If you guys know anything about this Frankenstein chicken, now, in order for them to create this Frankenstein chicken, matter of fact, let's back this up. If you understand cancer, right? Cancer, and the reason why it's a silent killer, because your body produces these cells, and your body's not going to say it's foreign because your body produces these cells, and all it is, cells that don't die naturally, and they keep on growing until they become a tumor, and some tumors become cancers. And for order for them to grow the chicken rapidly fast, they have to shoot this chicken with this type of cells. So my thing is this: what is going to be the long-term effect with this type of food? Look, we already know we got diabetes, all the food that we are putting in our bodies that is okay for the United States citizens to eat. Other countries do not allow their citizens to eat the stuff. So that's why we have.
And I got a food for thought. Why you think Jack in the Box, Taco Bell can't go to Canada? They all in the North American continent, because the grade of meat is not acceptable for their people. Just another food for thought.
You need to stop drinking alcohol. There is nothing beneficial about alcohol. Like, this idea that they sold you on, that 1 glass of wine per day is good for your heart, is absolute nonsense, right? Alcohol is toxic to every part of your body, including your brain. And so when have you guys ever thought about why you get tipsy and why you get drunk? Probably not, right? It's because of the negative impact alcohol is having on your brain cells.
Hey, y'all, so look, let me just jump right into this. Crazy enough, when I came across this clip, I was talking to a few people at the bar and letting them know, like, why do we drink in the first place? Like, when we were young, we really didn't have the need to drink, but for some reason now we do. And most of the reasons is because we're trying to numb ourselves of what we're going through. But the thing is, all alcohol do is really amplify the issue. So I'm gonna have
that minimizing the risk of vascular dementia is often within someone's control. The reason that I said that is because the lifestyle choices we make have a significant impact on how our brains evolve. Vascular dementia is a lifestyle disease. By giving the brain what it needs to be healthy, people can stave off all types of neurological conditions, and that includes vascular dementia.
When you think you've got diabetes or high blood pressure, the first thing a doctor wants to do is what? Prescribe
Give you medication.
with medicine. That's the first answer. But if you go to a doctor and you say, I think I've got diabetes, but I don't want any medicine, and I want to get over my diabetes. Well, first of all, they're going to look like you're crazy because you are interrupting now the system that they have set in place. But you've got to understand, and it's what my lady was saying here, you've got to be able to research to know that you can reverse your own diabetes with diet. We've already heard that. You can change everything with diet. So you've got to know that. You've got to have that power when you go have those conversations.
The food you eat in America is so toxic it's actually illegal in other countries. US chicken is actually bathed in chlorine before being injected with saline solution and then packaged for sale. Actually, up to 15% of the chicken's weight in these packages can just be salty, sugary water. It's supposed to be so it tastes better, but like, I'll season it myself, thank you. The EU has banned the sale of American chicken because of this chlorine wash, because believe it or not, you're not supposed to consume chlorine. At least not in high doses. I mean, it's in our tap water, so it's literally inescapable. My name is Patrick, and here are 10 more foods that are illegal outside of the United States, and I guarantee you have some of them in your pantry. Since we started this with chicken, I might as well let you know that US pork is also banned. This is thanks to a controversial drug known as ractopamine, which is banned in about 170 out of the 196 countries in the entire world. See, ractopamine accelerates weight gain so that these animals become plump and we can get more bang for our buck as producers. Don't mind my conspiratorial brain here, but last I checked, we had an obesity epidemic in the United States. Yeah, I just checked. The CDC says about 74% of us are overweight, at least as of 2020. It's almost like there's this weird incentive to keep us overweight and like slightly disease-ridden. Not dead, because then they can't profit $4.3 trillion off of us annually. It's not profit, it's net income. I get it. It's 18.3% of the entire GDP of our country. Anyway, did you know that Twinkies are illegal? Not because of the high fructose corn syrup, but because of the yellow coloring. Those numbered food colorings, such as Red 40, which gives the maraschino cherries such a vibrant red color, are banned for a good reason. Those colored dyes are actually derived from crude oil, you know, petroleum, the stuff that makes gasoline and kerosene and diesel and plastic bags. Yeah, we're eating it. It's widely known that these food colorings cause a host of physical and mental illnesses, such as allergic reactions, asthma, ADD, ADHD, straight up immune deficiencies. Another epidemic here in the United States. I mean, how many of us here right now watching this video have ADD? Go ahead, raise your hand in the comments. Is it clicking? Stovetop stuffing has BHA and BHT, a synthetic antioxidant which prevents vegetable oils from going rancid and is a common ingredient in plastic or wax paper lining for packages. That was BHT. BHA is actually an anti-wrinkling agent, so you know, Thanksgiving's coming up, so rather than eat the stuffing, just spread it on your face. Coffee Mate coffee creamer, full of hydrogenated seed oils. Same with Ritz crackers, actually. And in small amounts, it's actually not that bad for us, but the problem is, it's everywhere. If you're consuming too many seed oils and not enough, I'm just gonna call them meat oils, that's when you get into problems. See, when I was studying nutrition, our teachers would explain to us that it's more about the ratio between these two rather than just the overconsumption of them. I'm gonna end on a banger here, and I would appreciate it if you would share this one out because I really do want people to understand what they're putting inside their bodies. Bodybuilders are gonna love this one. Milk. US milk is banned outside of the US. We pump our cows full of growth hormones. Bovine growth hormone to be specific. It's a GMO hormone, believe it or not, which actually increases the cow's production of milk. Research is mixed on this one, although conclusive enough to ban US milk in Canada, New Zealand, Japan. Some of the growth hormone gets into the milk and then increases our IGF-1, which does help build muscle, but it's also linked to breast cancer. Be careful what you put inside your body because...
Hey, welcome to the Food for Thought show. Look, today we actually going to be talking about what we put in our bodies and how it will affect our everyday life. So if you guys haven't seen it, obviously they have a lot of genetically engineered type of food. Now, you can say, are they making this food to actually help and improve our way of life and everybody have the way to eat? Or is it just something they actually are, or is it more nefarious? Now, it's really up to you, but I will say, even if we go into Leviticus in the Bible, it tells you the things that you need to have in your body. Because you know what? If you read, God do not dwell in anywhere that is unholy and unclean. And look, everybody have a guilty pleasure. Unfortunately, we was put on this world, and a lot of this world have a lot of impure and impure type of nutrition, type of foods. The key is when you get the knowledge, what will you do with it? I do have a small guilty pleasure. I don't really eat pork chops or anything like that, but I do eat bacon. It's something that I probably need to figure out to get rid of, but those are my walk of life. Everybody have a guilty pleasure, but this is actually a little bit more crazy and scary. We have actually food that is grown in the lab. Like I was saying in my quick clip, we have the genetically engineered chicken now. That is more scarier because I've seen a lot of process, a lot of clips about how they actually grow it. And a lot of ways and how they grow it is actually they are pumping they are pumping cancer cells into the actual I guess, let's say the chicken. I don't know what type of, you know what, let me re-clarify. Let's say a tumor. Now, if you know about cells grow very, very slow. And the main thing is if you need food and you wanted to grow it quicker, and let's say to provide to the whole world, you need something that will actually grow the cell at a rapid pace. And the only way they could do it is using, unfortunately, the tumor or cancer cells. It's another particular name that they use for it, but it's something kind of scary because we don't know the long-term effect in that. So now you got to ask yourself why are they getting the American citizens, the American public, and giving them this tainted, poisonous food? Because most of the people that are selling this poor quality food is the same people that probably would never touch this type of food, and they know what type of particular food that they will never touch. You could go to third world countries or countries that are struggling. They don't even eat this type of quality food. So why are we, the country that's supposed to have everything that make everybody want to come here, why are we eating this poor food? Because it's all about business. Now, if we eat a better and healthy diet, we won't need to go to the doctor as much. We won't need all these pharmaceutical medicines. Most of the medication, and like I said, this is all alleged just because for legal situation, most of the medicines and food, all it is to keep us in a cycle of needing something, you know. I hear a lot of people that leave this country, they eat like food that actually is really good for them. For a while, their body have to adjust because they be eating this poison, but then when their body adjusts, they feel great. They lose all this unnatural weight because their body's not bloated up. And they see and they feel and they see things that's completely clear to them. And you don't have to use too much medication like you did when you were in the States. Now, also, this is for the guys too. We gotta understand our manhood is connected to our colon. And guess what? If our colon have to overprocess a lot of food, that's gonna be an issue. Look, men's health is very important, and our health is so connected to our gut from diabetes. If we have diabetes or high blood pressure, that's also will affect our manhood. All I'm just telling you was a few tips for you to actually live your life and to live a long life. Hey, but let's have story time. My cousin actually just came back from Colombia, enjoyed himself, and he travels a lot, and he really had a really, really great time. But one thing he kind of threw him off a little bit. He's seen a lot of eggs in room temperature, and they were perfectly fine. And he said it's one of the best eggs he have ever tried. And I told him the main reason the eggs were actually could be left out in room temperature, just like you see an egg from hen house, you can leave them out for a while, is because the eggs that we use you see in the supermarket, they're stripped from their nutrients. And that's a lot of things. To get them to the pretty perfect white, we gotta bleach them and take their nutrients away from them. Look, just do your own research, but watch out what you eat. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please come back again.